Hey everybody, welcome back to the Five Pines podcast. I'm your host, Jamie AB. So today we're going to be watching that horrendous clip from Justin Trudeau, and we're going to be really breaking it down. I have made notes and everything to go along with it because he's just such a goddamn liar. And you know what? He has convinced people that he's not lying. So I'm here to debunk all of the things that Justin Trudeau said. Not all of the things, because this is only a 2-minute clip out of the whole however many hours he was at this place, because of course he was somewhere talking about Canadian problems instead of actually fixing them. So let's get into it.
I hope some of the things I said actually pierce through the haze of challenging situations everyone's in. Canadians are fundamentally thoughtful about the kind of future we want, the kind of solutions we're going to put forward to improve our communities, to improve our neighborhoods, to build a better set of opportunities for our kids. And every election is about that as we approach what will be an election year next year. And my only request for everyone is to be really thoughtful and go into the choices you make with eyes wide open. I think there's a number of folks in different countries, and I won't point out any particular one, where folks are going to be wondering about the choice they may be made in elections. Let's not be that kind of country in Canada. Let's be deliberate about the choices we make. If we want to stop fighting climate change, if we want to re-legalize assault-style weapons, if we want to put back into question women's rights, if we want to scrap $10 a day childcare across the country and stop delivering free dental care to vulnerable seniors, then in a democracy, that's a choice people can make. Get rid of the CBC too. That's a choice people can make. But let's take on the responsibility as electors, as thoughtful agents of change in our communities, to be smart about, no matter how much we want change, let's not fall into an easy trap of voting for change for the worse. Canadians deserve better, and I know they're going to pick it. Merci tout le monde.
So I just tried to make this twice, and both of them got deleted. So let's try this again. No surprise there that I'm being censored. So I know Trudeau's voice is really hard to hear. It's really hard for me to hear it too. I promise you that sitting through that makes me, I tried to do this video last night and I could not because I was so mad. I was literally annoyed, and my brain, it gives me a headache to listen to him. And I just had to put my phone down and be like, hey, I'm done for the night. I can't even listen to him. So the first thing he says, everyone's in challenging situations. I hope that you can look past this. People are not looking past their tent encampments, honey. Okay? People are not looking past the poverty because we're in fight or flight. I am beginning to wonder if the Liberals understand what fight or flight is. I don't think they do based on their self-defense laws that they have. But yeah, people are in challenging situations because of the economy that he's made, and clearly he's not fixing it with this new budget. He's literally putting Canada in the toilet day after day after day. And to be fair, that's going to happen when you put people into poverty to save the planet. When your only plan to save the planet is to put people in poverty so they can't afford to do anything, people can't afford to do anything. Imagine that. Oh my gosh. And then he says, think about the future we want. The future we want is the Canada that was existing during Harper. There was the dark days of Harper. Bitch, where? Between One Girl, Five Gays, Wonderland, all MTV Live, Much Music, the cost of living, okay? I promise you, the dark days of Harper, which my personal darkest days, okay, I was adopted during Harper, I was a single mom during Harper, my personal darkest days, best time to be a Canadian, I'll tell you that. You can go to concerts, do whatever you want. Oh, you're depressed? Oh, well, get in the car, because gas is so fucking cheap that you can get in the car and go to Wonderland. You can spend $50 and go to Wonderland. Yeah, because we used to get tickets at the fucking convenience stores. Anyways, I digress. I don't know what kind of, think of the future that you want. First of all, even in this, he's still making enemies with Trump because he's saying things like that. Because he's saying, think about who you want to vote for. Anyways, he said, think about the kind of future you want. The future that I want is my children to be able to afford to live. That is actually why I am here. You guys are probably like, wow, she yaps a lot. Yep, I do. Because I feel guilty as hell for bringing 3 kids into this world. The liberal world. Not the one before this, okay? I don't feel bad about that. I felt bad during the pandemic. I was like, whoa. What are you doing to kids? What is going on here? So the future I want for my children is actually the one that I pictured during Harper, which was where we could afford groceries and homes and hard work paid off. I don't know. Wow, what a concept. And by the way, during Harper, he kept all of his promises. He never did. Trudeau mentions women's bodies. He never touched abortion. He promised he wouldn't, and he did. He stuck to his promises. Okay, have I seen the liberals stick to their promises? Literally anything other than making weed legal? No, and then he still left it up to the provinces to deal with because he didn't want to deal with it. And he says, think about stop fighting climate change. Or we could go back to the drawing board because taxing your people into poverty to save the planet is not saving the planet. Emissions have not gone down. I have talked at a multitude of times of so many things that we could do that's not taxing us into poverty that would help save the planet, okay? I don't know, overpopulation by bringing millions of people over here, creating more and more garbage. I've never seen so much garbage in fast food places and gas stations in my life, okay? Anyways, he says, I hope people don't take this personal. No, everyone that's going to vote conservative next year, I guarantee is taking this personal. Whether it was the people who believed you when you said something was safe and effective and forced them to get it to participate in society, travel, or work, or, the people that you've let down by allowing criminals like Paul Bernardo on the fucking streets or not on the streets, but literally in medium security prisons, and every other criminal to exist back out onto the streets to harm us. He says, you want a world with weapons, with assault rifles back on the streets. There's assault there. I have seen more violence in my entire life during Trudeau in the last couple of years because of people coming over here and being allowed to have whatever weapons that they've brought over and allowed to just carry it around because it's their religion. I've seen more deadly weapons and shootings since Trudeau's been in and had a gun grab to protect us than I did during Harper. Because in Canada, it was very hard to get a gun anyways. You had to go through a lot to get one, as you should, right? As you should. And it's so funny to me because the liberals always say stupid shit like, all of the stuff you're talking about are provincial issues, thank you very much, as if the fucking things that the federal government's doing is not impacting the state of the provinces. And most people like me, it's not like we're not blaming the provinces. It's really just that we know this is a top-down issue, okay? When corruption is allowed at the top, it will be allowed everywhere else, okay? But all of the wins that the Liberals and the NDP say that they have are literally things that are provincial issues. Daycare. We had subsidies in Ontario, which worked a lot better than whatever the fuck they're doing now, okay? Did you guys know that you have to have a certain, you have to follow DEI if you want to have this $10 day daycare? Anyways. Yeah, dental, also a provincial thing. Most provinces had a dental plan, okay? And, you could have just said, hey, we're going to make everybody have a dental plan in provinces. Mandate a dental plan in provinces. Why is this a win for Trudeau? Like, my children go to school, they have screenings, and then they'll call you and say, hey, is something wrong? And if you need help financially, CPS here will help you. There's not a Canada that I've ever been in that ever left us hungry, or like more people could help out during Harper times when people fell on bad times, because you're not guaranteed a perfect fucking country. You're not guaranteed a perfect life. But what you should be guaranteed is the fact that your hard work pays off. You should be able to afford a house. I'm telling you guys, during Harper, I lived in Kitchener-Waterloo, and I lived in a room, private room, and it was $400 a month. And even that seemed more expensive, okay? But $400 a month, that room would easily be like $1,200 now. And it was a tiny ass room in a house. So life, and I was like you guys know, I was a single mom, adopted, went through the worst times of my life personally during Harper, but I got grants, loans, daycare was more accessible. My grandparents did watch my kids, but I know that my friends who were single moms had access to daycare very easily. Well, way more easy than it is now. So yeah, Trudeau has lost his mind, and I love at the end there, he's like, well, think about it when you vote. Yeah, I will. I've been actually nonstop thinking about it, and for some reason, we're not allowed to have an election. And that some reason is Jagmeet Singh. I always hear Justin Trudeau saying, why does Pierre-Poilievre want this job? Because he knows he's smarter than you and he can fix the country. Why do you want the job? Nobody likes you. I've never seen angry mobs in Canada quite like I have now, okay? So when you hear this stuff, if you're young, don't be scared. We've always been able to marry who, like, since I can remember, since I've been an adult, you've been able to get an abortion, or even under conservatism, Harper, you've been able to marry whoever you want to marry under Harper. We were the most progressive country in the world. And Trudeau convinced us that we weren't. But we are. And we don't need people like Jagmeet Singh and Justin Trudeau to convince us that they're good people, because we see the outcome of their government, and we've seen an outcome of a conservative government. And if I'm going to be stuck in this two-tier bullshit, I'd rather be living under conservative. So have a good day, guys. Please subscribe. Please share. And have a great day. And yeah, if you're just as upset as I am, welcome to the club.